Squirrel, squirrel. Welcome to this hyper-focus highlight episode. Let's get you hyper-focused on your business growth.
Hi, I'm Katie McManus, business strategist and money mindset coach, and welcome to the Weenie Cast. Squirrel.
It's really disappointing to see other people in the ADHD coaching space giving dangerous advice to their clients. I did a training recently where I was training on social media, a few different platforms of social media. And when I got to talking about LinkedIn, which is a really, really tough social media platform for a lot of new business owners to tackle because it feels like it has to be so professional. And so when you start on LinkedIn, when you start on any social media platform, you're not going to get a ton of engagement, right? Because you're brand new. You don't have any followers, right? You don't know what works yet. Like I'm going through this currently on TikTok. I'm okay on TikTok. I'm sure I'll get better over time. But the engagement, the comments, the likes that I get are insignificant compared to what other creators get on the platform, right? So one of the teachings that I bumped into while I was running this training is that ADHD business owners have to chase the dopamine, and that the dopamine comes from likes and comments. This means that there are some ADHD business owners who are being advised to go onto social media platforms where they are going to get the max amount of likes and comments so that they can get that dopamine drip. This is some of the most dangerous advice because this is the foundation for addiction. When we tie our dopamine release to the results of our actions, we become slaves to getting those results, right? There's a reason why people with ADHD have a real predisposition to gambling addictions. Because when you're at the slots or when you're playing blackjack, I don't gamble, I'm just thinking of things, and you're putting your cards down and you're winning some chips or you're like hearing the bells and you're getting some coins, that gives you a release of dopamine, right? And what do we do when we get dopamine? We want more dopamine. So we get all the stimuli, we feel like we've won, and we get this influx of dopamine. What happens when we get that influx of dopamine is we want more dopamine, right? Because we have an inconsistent amount of it in our bodies. We cannot moderate our dopamine. If we already cannot moderate our dopamine and we're creating practices in our business that make us reliant on factors that are already outside of our control to release that dopamine for us, that is a recipe for disaster. That is a recipe for serious social media addiction. There are a lot of social media influencers who are out to tell you the story that you need to have tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of followers to be able to have a successful business. And I'm calling bullshit. I reached my first 6K in my business with less than 3,000 followers. I reached multiple six figures in my business with less than 7,000 followers on LinkedIn. And LinkedIn alone, you can get a certain amount of clients out of 7,000 followers who are all your ideal clients. You can absolutely get way more if you have 70,000 followers who are all your ideal clients. But do not hold out for having that big number before you start really inviting people in to be your client. A really dangerous thing that you can do is tie your dopamine, your worth, your sense of self-success to the results, because you have absolutely no control over it. The best thing that you can do is tie your dopamine to taking consistent action every damn day and celebrating not only when you do the thing, but when you do the thing and you get better at it. And when you do the thing and you feel proud of what you've put out there. One of my favorite authors is Seth Godin, and his go-to phrase for a really long time, I don't know if he still says this, is create and ship, create and ship, create and ship. This man wrote a blog every single day. Sometimes he would write multiple posts in a day for years and years and years. I don't know if he still does this, but his whole philosophy is that if you want to grow, if you want to expand your career, if you want to have impact in the world, you have to continuously create something and put it out there. And it's the creating and the putting it out there that matters, not the reception it gets. And if you're an ADHD coach or business strategist and you're advising your clients to chase the things that are outside of their control to get that dopamine, please stop doing that. You're putting your clients at risk, not only of social media addiction, once we get addicted to one thing, we are far more likely to get addicted to another. If you're ready to stop being a weenie and actually run a business that makes money, then go ahead and book a Generate Income strategy call with me by going to weeniecast.com/strategy call. On this call, we will talk about your goals, your dreams, and your frustrations in getting there. And if it's a fit for both of us, then we can talk about different ways to work together.